Good morning and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade, and this is what we eat in a week. So, fish, chips, mushy peas, not homemade, sorry to say. These are fish cakes with a cheese stuffing with rabbit food and baby potatoes. Tuna pasta. Always at some point. This is made because it's easy for a quick tea for the kids, especially when they've got a busy night after school. Steve's birthday tea, so it's half a cow. Chips, big thick chips, and beer battered onion rings. Then we have paninis, stuffed with red onion and pepperoni and cheese. So this night I decided to excuse that box, it's full of cake mixes. Make a beef stew. I used shin beef for this. So if you use shin beef, anyone that's not familiar with different cuts of beef, if you use shin beef, it's perfect for a stew because it's got to be cooked really well to make it nice and tender. So I've got one onion and a large leek going in. Using just what I've got in the house. Amy absolutely loves a stew. I gave some to Caitlin, but no, won't eat it, so she wasted hers. I get to the point sometimes where I'm sick of cooking something else for Caitlin because she decides she don't want something. She'd live on noodles, like I suppose a lot of teenagers would. She'd live on them if she could. So I just cooked down the onion and leek halfway, and then added in some chestnut mushrooms. These are the Knorr rich beef stock pots. So there's 2 in there, and I filled the measuring jug. Is that a pint in there? Can't remember now. I think it is 1,000 mils. Mushroom ketchup, or you can use Worcestershire sauce, should you wish. Here it comes, the usual Marmite. Let me know in the comments, anyone, if you don't like Marmite but you've actually tried adding it to a stew or something since you've seen me do it. I'd love to know if anyone has and if you like it. So carrots and a very small chopped parsnip, and I do pick them out as I eat my stew. I hunt down every single parsnip that's on my plate and remove it to the edge. But I put them in simply because Steve likes them. So, and now I'm just going to put this on to simmer for an hour and check it. You can see some of the liquid has evaporated. I'm going to add in some baby potatoes. I find these better than regular potatoes because these don't fall to bits. They keep some shape. I am going to add in some more liquid because I'm going to simmer it again for another half an hour to 45 minutes. You can thicken this up either at the stage where you've done your beef and then add in some flour before you add the stock, or you can add in a cornstarch slurry if you want to. I found by the end of cooking I didn't need to add anything. So like I say, I'm going to simmer this and then I'm going to put it into the oven. So it's in the oven for an hour. The meat is fully tender now and the potatoes are cooked. It didn't record properly, but these are the dumplings I'm just doing now. Me and Amy really enjoy cheddar dumplings, so if you wanted to, you could add about 80 grams of grated cheddar to this and then sprinkle some on the top of them. Put it back into your pan with the lid on. And with the heat of a cast iron especially, the dumplings do not take long at all. So now that's made, I'm going to put them in. You can see it's some of the liquid has evaporated and the starch from them potatoes have thickened it up. So I didn't add a thickener to mine. I'm going to put the lid back on, pop it into the oven until the dumplings are done, and voila, lovely jubbly. As simple as that. A nice hearty meal. Loads and loads of meat in it, look. Some fresh black pepper on top. So Sunday is fish pie. I've got issues again with the left leg, don't know how I've done it, so it took some doing yesterday. I'm adding a lot of smoked fish to this. It's one of the double XL packs from Lidl. And I use half milk, half water. Enough to cover the fish. Caitlin has peeled my potatoes for me, bless her little heart. She's stood at the side of me learning how to make fish pie. There's a salmon fillet there as well that needed using up. And Steve's missed out the prawns, but never mind. There is king prawns in that bowl as well, which I cooked for about 5 minutes. Everything's going back in the oven again anyway. So I just tried to spread it out properly. Make sure that everyone's going to get a decent amount of fish. When I make fish pie, I like to have loads of fish in it. There's no worse than getting a pie and the main ingredient is limited, has got 1 or 2 pieces. I hate that. And all this fish I add in anyway. Adding the prawns in on top. Just squeezing out any remaining liquid. So now my pan wasn't meant to be that hot. Kids shouting for stuff. And I forgot to turn it off. So first goes in some butter. This is for the sauce. Then some cream cheese. Then there'll be some garlic and mustard. I don't weigh it out because I just know how much I need, if that makes sense. And I just mix that until it melted with the other ingredients that I've just said, because Steve's forgot to show you. Some plain flour, and you're just going to mix this in and cook it out for a minute. Some people like a parsley sauce. I use the fish obviously. I use the milk liquid that the fish was cooked in, plus I add cheese to mine as well, to my sauce. Not everyone does. Everyone's got their own way of doing it, I suppose, or what they prefer. I am going to start recording for some Christmas videos this week, so they'll come in December. I'm not doing every day in December. I'm not doing a vlogmas or anything like that. I find it creates too much pressure on yourself, and obviously me with my limited mobility, etc. It's just too much pressure. So I will release on the run up to Christmas, like I usually do, my preparations, what I make before Christmas and put in the freezer ready, and all the usual. So here I made sure that I added enough liquid so that the roux was incorporated, no lumps. Then I'm adding liquid in until I've got the texture and the amount that I want. I did prepare a veg as well, which I didn't do on camera. Which was, what did I do? Kale, tender stem, cabbage. Was that it? And carrots. That's just some parsley going in. And you really want to make sure that this thickens up. If you can't get it to the thickness that you desire, I'm just adding some cheddar there, then use a cornstarch slurry to thicken it, because it does need to be thick. So just keep stirring it. Just takes a bit of patience. Nothing difficult about it. Same as with a stew. So those that are watching that feel like they're not very competent in the kitchen, honestly, it's so easy. There's nothing difficult about it. Just a bit of patience. Didn't make a pudding this weekend because I still had some of the cake I made for Steve for his birthday. I didn't do him a full birthday cake, but I did do him the chocolate layered cake that he likes with blueberry jam, or jelly if you're in America or wherever and you call it jelly, and some cream. Just remember to check it for taste before you finish. I found it needed more cheese in it, so I did add more cheese to mine and a bit of salt. So when you get it where you want it, put a layer over your fish and retain what's left in a separate container that you can use to put on top when you've dished up. All of this got used up. I normally do some crusty bread with it, but when Steve went to shop there wasn't no baguettes, so didn't have none. And that's the base done. Just needed mashed potato on top, and Steve did that for me. Bless him. I mean, he only had to boil potatoes and mash them and put them on top, but he did it. And he washed up after himself. So I'm just going to pop the rest into here. This Pyrex measuring jug was a gift from Fiona in her kitchen. So thank you, Fiona. It does get used. I would say that when you do any pie with a sauce, make sure you put it onto a tray. You'll see at the end why. That's Steve with his mashed potatoes. By the look of it, he's got one of the kids filming. Just top it. And put some cheese on top. You could put cheese in as well, or just inside it. You don't have to put it on top. And there it was. And now you see by the pan why you need a pan underneath. And that was it done. And that was tea for Sunday with extra sauce on top. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hype the video if you wish to hype the video. And I'll speak to you in the comment section. Speak to you later. Bye.